Well, we've got this down beans. You know, it's what I'm having to do to get them up. Welcome back to Midtown, everybody. It's going to be another sun-filled, fun-filled day of soybean harvest. If you can see right over here, we only have a little bit of wheat beans left on this farm, and then we'll be moving. So hopefully, if everything goes smooth today, we can get this farm finished and get moved up to the next place. You know, but you never know how smooth it's going to go until you start cutting some beans. I think yesterday we got probably about half of this field cut. The wheat beans cut. The entire field we had over half it cut once we finished the full season beans. And on crew today, myself like normal. We got good friend Andy with us. He's gonna drive a grain cart, and then Dad will be here at about 12 to drive a truck. He had to be gone a little bit this morning for his job, but he'll be back and we'll get to rolling. I know some of y'all don't know this, but we all do work full-time jobs. Jesse was with me so much this fall because he had gotten laid off from one job, but he managed to find another job right away. I mean, just like I found another job, and they asked him what he wanted to start, and he told them about how we farm. So they said if they wanted to wait a month before he started, that would be fine with them, and that's what he did. And you know, that's very much appreciated of that this new company and of him to do that. So we got everything. Big part corn out of the way before he had to start going back to work. Now he does come back in every evening and help drive stuff, because right now he's being able to be here about 3 o'clock, so he's here in time to jump in usually the semi and take a load to town. And he'll take a load and haul it off, and whoever's in line when he pulls back. When he goes to leave, he'll swap with them so they can go home. Like yesterday, he come here and took a load in the semi, weighed out, and my follow-on Jerry was in line in a dump truck, and Jesse swapped with him. So Jerry can come on back and head back home. My job, I'm based out of my home. I'm a remote worker, but I was a remote worker before being a remote worker was cool. So I can do my stuff really early in the morning, do the stuff I need to do in the evenings, and get my time in to work like that. And then, like y'all hear me say, well, I had to be gone this morning for work. Well, sometimes I had to be gone myself. First jam of the day. So you can see, I'm jammed up. So you come over here, you idle it down like that, 2 flitches. You come back, and you switch down here on the floor. Flip it like that. That's going to make the feeder house spin backwards. So you come back over here and turn your reel back on, which you do this like this, and it feeds backwards. Also need to make sure you pull your reel up, that button right there. Then you re-engage it like that. Speed her back up. Put your head back in gear like this. Jam her up again. Usually takes 2 times to make it go. So I can see what we did. We hit a pile of wheat. You can see all the wheat stubble right there. Then once it feeds in, lower your head back down or your reel back down and get to moving. So I have been getting a little bit of grief about how fast I drive. So I'm doing between 3.8 to 4 mile an hour, sometimes up to 4.2, depending on if the beans are thinner. And you gotta remember, you gotta take in the fact that I'm only running a 22-foot head. If it's 9500, you can run up to a 30-foot head on it. So running a smaller head, I gotta drive a little bit faster to make sure I get enough material coming in for it to shell right. Alright folks, that's the first load of beans for today. About to be hauled out to the dump truck. Ain't got a whole lot left, folks. Should get it hammered out here in just a little bit, and then it'll be on to the next farm. We're getting down to the short rows. There goes the rabbit. Coming up on the last pass of these wheat beans. That's it, folks. Wheat beans on this farm are done. All the beans on this farm are done. Full season beans are over here, they're all cut. Wheat beans are all over here, they're all cut. So it's time to drop ahead and move on to the next farm. Dumping the last load into the grain cart, into the hopper bottom. And then we're gonna head on up the road to the next farm. We're doing a short little jab again. We're headed back up to my uncle's to cut his beans, which is not too far from this place. It's just a couple miles. We'll run right down there and come back, and Andy's still got time to help me shuffle looking around. Dad's still in line. Oh, well, Dad's at the grainer. He's either in line or unloading or something. Unloading beans is usually a little slower, especially you get a couple of big semis in front of you, it takes a while. But I'm gonna move this right here and go from there. Folks, we're at our second destination for today. We're going to shell beans here in just a minute. Got everything all set up now. Be ready to start rolling on this stuff. So these beans are my uncle's. We did the corn for him, and we're gonna do the beans too. So we're gonna jump in these things and get to getting. Well, we've got this down beans. So if you can't tell, these beans are down, flat on the ground, and they're laying this way. They're laying toward the direction I'm driving. So I'm having to drive right into them to be able to get them up if I go with them. If I go with the direction they're laying down, I can't get them up. So I'm having to drive the way they're laid, opposite. So if they're laid, I'm driving where they're laid towards me. So they're laid back this way, and I'm driving right into them. So I'm cutting up, and I'm turning around and driving back down the field with my head off. It's taking a little bit longer. It's taking a lot longer than I wanted to. You know, it's what I'm having to do to get them up. I thought I might run into some of these this year, and I thought, well, I ordered some crop lifters to go on the head, which looks like a bigger knife guard that goes out further and picks down stuff up. Nobody's got them. Called several places, nobody had them in stock. Like, you know, just like everything else this year, it's gone. It's sold out. Hasn't been restocked. So this is what I'm doing. I'm driving into them. We'll turn around here in a second and drive back that way. And then on the down stuff, I'm probably picking up, there's a little bit behind, but I'm probably picking up 95% of it. Don't know if y'all can see it because of the sun. Sun and dirty windshield. So they're not bad up here. They're not bad up here. About half of them standing up, but you get down here towards this bottom, they're all laying down. So they're kind of laid this way and this way. So I'm running an angle back this direction, cutting them. You can see them laying on the ground right there. It's one of the things you don't want to see is your soybeans laying down, and it really stinks having to cut them like this because it's taking me twice as long to cut them. I should have already been done with this little field and on to the next one. The way they are, I've only got about half of it cut. So you can see, I don't know if y'all can tell, but all these are down. You get up a little bit further up here, they're up, but right here, over, and back down this way, they're down. And I'm having to run the head press pretty hard on the ground, but it's getting them up. Any of y'all ever cut any down beans? You know, if you have, let us know. Working on another spot of down beans, so I've cut them out from the rest of the beans. I've made a little cut here between that part of the field and this part of the field, so I can work on these down beans. It has gotten dark, so I don't think the camera's working as good as I'd like it to. So I reckon it's a good spot to leave y'all, you know, bug out on you. So I'm gonna let y'all go, and I'm gonna keep working. Hope y'all enjoyed being with me today. If y'all enjoyed it, you know, feel free to subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification button. That way you know when we let a new video out. And like always, if your good Lord is willing, we'll catch you on the flip side. Till the next.